For my interview, I chose to interview a graduate from the high school in Waswanipi, at which I have previously worked and where I hope to return to work after my MATL. I hope this interview helps me to see how his experience compares to students today and what improvements could be made for the students to have better literacy skills. Waswanipi is a Cree First Nations 8 hours north of Montreal. My interviewee, Michael, grew up here and attended both elementary school and high school in the community before going to a college and university in the south, which is a common practice for students because there are no nearby options for their post-secondary education. To him, literacy is a topic that he finds a bit challenging. Because English is not his first language, he learned Cree at home and in his community before learning English. Also, it was never his favorite subject in school. He associates literacy primarily with schoolwork, not his identity, hobbies, or daily life. His earliest memories of literacy come from reading a picture Bible with his mother, who would help him with the words because it was only later in childhood he felt comfortable to read in English by himself. There were not many books available in Cree. The colors and pictures from these books are still vivid in his mind. In high school, English became harder, and it never seemed to have right or wrong answers, which led to a lot of frustration, and he never felt as accomplished as in other classes. He felt a lot more comfortable in a subject like math, where there was one clear, right answer. He remembers his English teacher from high school. She was more like a drill sergeant than a teacher, because she was older and more rigid with her approaches to language learning. This led to anxiety in college because he did not feel prepared, but he admits some of the grammar did help with college writing assignments. Technology and multimodality were not a focus when he was in high school, but he sees the value in incorporating social media into education and how texting can get students to write. He also says he recently saw a student use voice note translations, which helped her succeed in school, but this was not a reality when he was in school. Literacy, for Michael, can pose challenges to people in the workplace who need to write work communications such as emails or reports. In work environments, some elders in the community have lower literacy skills in English, which means there needs to be constant translation to Cree or information gets lost. Cree, English, and French are all present in the community, which leads to a lot of switching between languages. Michael thinks it becomes hard to excel in all three, and people often gain in one language at the cost of another. English or French need to be used in higher education environments, whereas Cree is very connected to culture and community life. The community continues to have tensions between languages. Michael sees this as an area that needs to be improved, and I believe there needs to be ways as a teacher that I could find to connect literacy in the second languages or third languages such as English and French to the identity and culture experienced when speaking Cree.